Hello, everyone. Mike Arnold here, co-founder, Trading Partners, along with Bob. You know, how's everyone doing on the big explosion morning? Hitting some key harmonics and targets on the upside. Will it continue? I'm not so sure, but we shall see. Good morning, Patrick. Hey, Waka Waka. Hold on, well, things are lagging here. Hey, Waka Waka. Hey, Amit, how are you? George to the moon. Hey, Charles. Coco. Anissa. Who else do we have? The Santa rally is on. Better have covered your shorts. Good morning, Options 22. Hey, 42 Lou. Haven't seen you in a long time. Welcome. Any good put candidates based on this parabolic surge? Well, there was some good little price action. I'm watching for more of a topping signal. Now, good morning, all. Morning, Stafford. Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Dave. Well, everybody here, plus some more today. All right, if you were living in a cave, the core inflation rate and the inflation rate, I mean, people are still focused on this, which the better thing was to focus on the month over month coming in, core coming in 0.2 versus 0.3, inflation rate 0.1 versus 0.3 for the headline number month over month. Just for completion, the headline annual is coming in 7.1 and the core coming in 6. So better than expected. Red book coming in a little higher than previous, but not much. And then the rest of the day, you can pay attention to the economic optimism, but that's going to just have a minor effect on the market. You see pretty green across the board. Sort of be hard to be in a down stock pre-market today. Sectors, technology leading the ramp on thought again. Moment anything is, Fed's got to pivot. And let's buy technology and comm service. Buy everything that's sort of been blah, especially comm services. But everything green today. Fed watch still at 80%, 4 to 50. The more important one at this point to start tuning into is the Feb, which is just pricing in a 25 basis point rate hike for Feb 1st. So these are the two key things to watch for Feb. Fear and greed, and this will bump up even more, but solidly back in greed. Looked like the numbers got leaked also this morning because a lot of stuff got triggered before the number, and then you got the follow through on the number. Remember, we have massive OpEx on Friday. We are clearly in positive gamma mode. The gamma flip is 4031, and the gamma amplifies the closer to OpEx we get. We have the gamma wall back at 4K now, which is another interesting thing. There's not a ton of gamma. There's some minor positive gamma, especially at 4100. So I'm paying attention to this now. Besides the rate hike, the rate hike press conference tomorrow, this is going to be significant going into Friday. Just for the point of completeness, there was nothing going on with earnings today before the open. All right. If you missed the session yesterday for some reason, and I don't know why anybody would, but when we're talking about harmonics, you should go back and review it because I did some teaching with harmonics, and this is why we use key areas. Broke above the high. Told you what I was watching for yesterday before that, but we broke out, coming back to the top of the channel and right in front of a key harmonic area. And now back below, the next significant level is this key gap open from the September 13th. So that's what I'm watching in relationship to the closing price right now. All right. And then above there, 42.24, 42.68. Just wanted to put on those larger term harmonics. If we drop back down, which we are decidedly, we're getting cycles to the top yet, not yet there, but overbought. We're going to have to see where this closes, but cycles get back to the top and weekly still at the top. So I am going to be watching more aggressively for a more substantial topping pattern now. All right, so that's where we sit right now. This is what I was talking about. Right, where was it? Actually, I have to go down. I had this little move here at 726, which triggered a bunch of stuff right before. It looked like there was possible leak today with the number. You got the early positioning, then you got the big explosion. If you want some other key levels off the open, watch 4150, the 62.5 harmonic. We start getting moves above there. I will retarget the spike high range from the CPI print. And the longer term people know why I will be doing that. So that's key area. Right now, we're in the rollover zone, so it's got to get that move. It just so happens to be the whole number, 4150. That is going to be key. It's exactly how you utilize that open. When you get a print like this, that's exactly how you set up your harmonics. Hope that helps. Let's see who else is here. Good morning, Maria. Hey, Sterling. Yep. Bye. But weren't a bunch of the Democrats saying, you know, the Fed was overdoing it and they wanted them to stop, and now you get the better inflation print, and then they're going to want to take credit for it even though they wanted them to stop. It's all just, everything's a joke right now. He doesn't like a hot market, and this is definitely loosening financial conditions. We're still going into a recession. This is actually fantastic for setting up shorts again at the right time. This is fantastic from the short perspective because we haven't closed above key levels. Just let me get to some other stuff. Remember the double top, the sloppy one confirmed but never triggered. I just want to leave it on for the point of clarity. Coming up nearly to the next major target area from our double bottom that was triggered back on November 11th. Coming up to this area, I'm considering the stop reduction hit, by the way. Stop reduction, this is where you want to move it up when it's just that close. Okay? So above that, on continued follow through, you'll know my next area. I've talked about it before, the 200. The 200, we have a triple cluster up here, by the way. We have a 75% retracement level. We have the first target from the double bottom, which has been on the chart forever. And we have a harmonic level up there. So this is some minor when we ran up right to that area into the open. So that is pretty substantial area. But through that, the next easy target is the 200. And would not be surprised before this is over to see a reconnection with that 200. And then the next target cluster, we have an 87.5 retracement. And the second target for the double coming in at 12,677. So this key area, 12,350. Then 12,476. I'll use this as minor, 12,558, but the major will be 12,677. Cycles not yet at the top, getting to overbought conditions. Pullback levels. I didn't really go over that in the S&P. Pullback levels. My major one, besides using the harmonics from the blast off move, my major one is 4,100 right now. That's the key gap open. It's actually the key gap open area from just above that from the December 1st. So right around 4K is the key area I will be watching for on any initial pullback. The NASDAQ, the key area is roughly the 12.5% harmonic, and the breakout area coming in about 12.1, 12,085 to 12.1. The closer pullback area is 12,255. So we've gone over our up and downside targets. The Dow, still remember from probability wise, when we closed above the 62.5, we could still easily take out this 35,807 area and come within the top from last January. Will the Dow actually eke out new highs with a massive potential divergence setting up? It could very well do it. So, key pullback area on the Dow is 34,621. There is substantial top at this 35,104. I will then utilize 35,374 and then 35,807. You see here holding the rotation zone, and finally yesterday triggered a rotation back up, and then you got the follow through with this. Russell was the one that got stopped. The double is stopped. So that was a stop out after it traded through the 75.5, as I talked about yesterday with the aggressive stop reduction. So there's nothing else right now in the Russell. Let me get to the spiders and the Qs. We're going to have the big, massive gap up in the spiders. The target cluster is, we're trading above it. So this is first support is coming in about 410.70. 410.70. And then your next key support is about 408.77. I'm flipping this now. Since we know 410.70 is going to become support, we're going to this pausing area on the forward harmonics. Yes, you can use the reverse harmonics to get your minor levels, but the next key area is 415.15 for on a continued rally today, 420.30 to 421.28. And remember, you still have a gap magnet unfilled up here. And that gap magnet price is 422.14. Back easily above the 200. So that's your key levels. And your support would be that cluster, you know, this 410.80 area, and then back to 408.77. On the Qs, the double, which never triggered, is off the table. Let's take this off. The double bottom, which did trigger back on Friday the 11th. First target 297.34, trading 297.20. This would be an area where I consider on the opening area moving up the stop. And then your next, I would not be shocked over the next little bit to see it possibly tackle this 303.72 area, which is the key target I'm focused on to the upside. Why? It's the declining 200, and it's right in front of the 62.5 harmonic. So that's the key area. Right now, your pullbacks. Your pullback is about 293.35. 293.35 is the first area. The minor, if you're looking for something minor for support, 295.75. That's where I will utilize the high from the first. But that would be my pullback window. With that, the notes, which never triggered the double, and into rotation back up. So this is off the table and never triggered. This is the major topping area for a pullback in the notes. between 115.14 and 117.01. So I am utilizing this area as a key topping area, probably closer to this 117. That's what I am watching for. Remember, this first red line is the 50% from the key sell-off starting in August to the lows established in October. Dollar index. I'll have to double check if that's off the table. It could be off the table soon. And dollar index. Remember, we got Bank of England and ECB on Thursday. But my next major target is 102. 102 is the next major target, which is a 50% pullback from this run-up starting last January to the highs in October. VIX easily filling the gap. The volatility crush after the number. So, would not be surprised to see a retest of the $20 1981 area. Would not be surprised to see a retest of that. I am focused on at least 2067 on the VIX. Crude, remember we had the percent beat buy yesterday. I am focused on 76, the prior breakdown area. And then above that is going to be closer to 77.50. Natty gas after the pullback, partial gap fill, retesting the 200. We should still see 732, which is not only a harmonic, but you see the major candle topping area. Gold exploding higher, holding the rotation zone. Well, the double is still technically in play. But gold also reacting to the dollar sell-off. Copper retesting the 200. And now this is a triple top. So the double top pattern, which never triggered or confirmed, is off the table. And remember, we have the bigger double bottom pattern. We talked about, what was that, 2 podcasts or 2 sessions ago with me on Jim Iorio podcast, still focused on 4053. Euro, we had a double, which is clearly off the table, and hit the 87.5 after the close above the 62.5 back on Friday. So that probability finished. I'm watching now on a continued run up to close to the highs in May. And pound, the double's also off the table. The next target is 125.50 area. Bitcoin also with Sam Bankman-Fried arrested. The charges filed with the SEC and Department of Justice, New York. They filed in the New York Southern District. Bitcoin rallying with the risk-off mode with the overall market. So we finally did get the breakout area. The key target is first 18,470, then 1808. Tesla, slight gap up today. Bad insurance numbers out of China for insured cars. Pretty big miss over there. Tesla will gap up with the market, but I'm watching for the next rollover play. And yes, is this a mini double within the other double? Yep. So the key area, you have a mini double within a bigger double. The key only bullish case is if you get a close above 182.50. Right now trading 175.62, so that is off the table still unless it rallies substantially. On any breakdown, though, I'm watching for the gap fill and a retest of this low area. That's your only bullish thing. Let's see. I don't know if that was a pump. I think it was a leak because it wasn't just a pump, it was a clear. So we'll see. Let's see. Is there anything I am missing here? I think I went through everything. I'm not seeing anything new. Thank you for carrying on the chart. We looked at the spiders. I think it came in very bad, AB. It was projected 16 to 18,000 for the Tesla insurance numbers. 16,000 would have been baseline. It came in under 13K, by the way. Hey, Lauren. Do I think NVIDIA will pull back at some point? It's stair-stepping higher. It reconnected with the 200. And now we're going to pre-market gap. Remember, we got the close above the 62.5. And for the probabilities to fulfill 182.16, do I think it will pull back longer term? Yeah. I just think we're into raw markets again. So is there a short right now? No. I'm watching for key also up here. From the major area, we have some pretty significant topping up here, but I do not have a topping pattern just yet. So that's where we sit right now. Going to be a busy open. Can I check on Roblox? Then I have to jump for today's open. Roblox, you're going to want to use your key. We had the harmonics hold, so you're going to want to use your key. Support now coming in at about 34. The target I would be utilizing on the first upside move is about 35.71. And then you still have a gap on a continued rally to 36.73. Above there, the major returning target area would be somewhere between 37.75 to about 39.15 if you're trying to play for a longer move up in Roblox. But you get the close back before 34.02 would not be staying in bullish mode. All right, everyone. Let's just check in with the S&P again. Going into the open. Little short-term close above there. I need either some momentum off the open or a 15-minute close above this 62.5. I imagine we're going to have a very strong tick this morning. A very strong tick. So watch for stuff in an opening print probably above 1200 easily. I'm talking a really strong print, like easily above 1200, but then you're going to be watching that 400 to 600 area on any pullbacks, and then the shift would come. If we were going to shift with it, start breaking below zero with waning momentum. All right. I will be back after the close. So, have a great day, and I shall see everyone later. Bye for now.